This isn't really a spoiler for Thunderbolts, it's more like a deep dive. I'm not really going to go that deep, actually, into the character Bob, aka Bob Reynolds, who's known as the Sentry. Thunderbolts is the first time we've seen Bob Reynolds, the Sentry, in a live action, but he only debuted 25 years ago. That's what I want to focus on, his debut in the comics, because it was pretty unique compared to other characters when they debut. What separated the Sentry was they gave him a fake publication history as well. The conception of the Sentry was done by Paul Jenkins and Rick Veitch. He was brought to life by artist Jay Lee. Paul and Rick's idea was to make the Sentry a character that was forgotten in the Marvel vault. They made the creators of the Sentry fake anagrams of their own names, and also pitched that they'd have a fake Marvel history as well, as in all these characters in Marvel knew this guy but forgot about him. They got the green light, and then we got the Sentry miniseries. That series we see Bob Reynolds and he comes back as the Sentry, and we see him run into all these different heroes that remember him upon meeting him. So we see he's had adventures with the Fantastic Four, the Hulk knows him, Spider-Man knows him. As a matter of fact, I think Peter Parker took a picture of him and it got him a Pulitzer Prize, which is wild because then, okay, did you just forget how you got that Pulitzer Prize? And also, you got a Pulitzer Prize and you're still broke, Peter? The whole reason he came back as a Sentry was because the Void was back, his arch enemy. Heroes then find out that the Void and the Sentry are the same person, different sides of the same person. We then see all the heroes gather together to fight the Void, and then we see Bob Reynolds realizes, oh man, I gotta make the same sacrifice again and make himself forget everything. The rest of the Sentry's appearances then play on his psychological issues, and I forget if it's schizophrenia or if he's bipolar. Either way, he can't reconcile that him and the Void are the same person, and this gets played around a lot. What I mean by that is a bunch of times we see that, oh, the Void is the actual persona of Bob. Oh wait, no, it's the Sentry. Oh wait, no, they're separate people. And that's where the character gets really muddied as well. On one hand, we're led to believe he takes a serum that gives him the power of a million exploding suns. Again, what the fuck is that power? Like, what does that do? Every time I hear that in my mind, I'm like, is that like the power of a million Jeep Grand Cherokees doing 90? But then it's discovered that, oh wait, he didn't create that serum. He took it thinking it would get him high because he's an addict. The premise was dope for this character, but in the comics, to me, the execution just like fell off with all these different changes to his story and who's the real Bob, who's the real Void, who's the real Sentry. Either way, he was basically Marvel's Superman. He was on a bunch of different Avengers teams, and then in 2020, he was killed off by Null during the King in Black storyline. His power gets dispersed amongst a bunch of people. It becomes like a whole Jet Li the One thing, and the person that comes out on top is this woman named Mallory, who becomes Solaris. Again, I like the way they made him debut and gave him that like fake history and fake real world publication history, but things just got so convoluted with the character. And when you got a character that strong due to the super soldier serum, right? It was designed to be like 1,000 times stronger than the one Steve Rogers got. And it moves his molecules an instant ahead of the current timeline. I've been a nerd all my life and I have no idea what the fuck that even means. I legit can't break that down for you. But then it also changed because a bunch of people believe that the Sentry was a sentient life force all on its own that broke through from like another dimension, and that was accommodated in the serum. Like it gets really convoluted. What I do like about this character that we see in the Thunderbolts is that his mental illness is handled a lot differently than it was in the comic books. Keeping in mind as a character that debuted in the 2000s, mental health wasn't really that, it was still like stigmatized over certain things. Say what you want about MCU not being Marvel 616 and them changing certain things and modernizing certain things, a good element of that is when they handle certain things and themes with more care, which is something else I want to point out because MCU Bob got the care with his bipolar disorder or schizophrenia that Hank Pym didn't get in the comic books. And that's something we can explore in the next video.